He was shirtless, alone in his room, sitting on the edge of his bed with a small black device in his hand, one not made for humans. The dim blue light from the screen lit up his face as he leaned closer, focused. A bead of sweat rolled down his neck. The alien script glowed. Unreadable to most, but he was slowly figuring it out. He didn't hear the soft click of the door behind him, didn't notice the faint hum of the hallway light as it filtered in, and didn't know she had stepped inside. Until her voice froze the air. You shouldn't be doing that ... Human. He jolted, nearly dropped the device. She was standing there, halfway in the room, her eyes wide, her mouth slightly open, as alien Maid. Her green skin shimmered under the low lights. She wasn't wearing her usual cleaning suit. Instead, something casual, tight fabric, something she clearly wore off duty. He blinked at her, stunned, then quickly tried to cover the device with a blanket. She stepped forward. You were playing with it again, weren't you? She whispered. That forbidden thing. I wasn't, he lied, heartbeat hammering. And why are you in my room? You didn't even knock. She ignored the question. Her eyes stayed locked on his chest. You humans never stop touching things you shouldn't. He pulled the blanket tighter, but it was too late. Her curiosity was fully awake now. She stepped even closer, hips swaying lightly. You looked tense, she said, voice low and teasing. Was the device helping you relax, or something else? He frowned, stopped twisting it. Her lips curled. Oh, I'm not twisting anything yet. She sat on the edge of the bed beside him, close, too close. Her scent was subtle, alien, but sweet. Something that made his brain glitch for a second. I should report this, she said, glancing at the hidden object under the blanket. But I'm not in the mood to follow rules tonight. He stared at her. What do you want? She tilted her head, pretending to think. Maybe I want to know what it is that makes this room so interesting, she whispered. You always shut me out. You never let me clean in here. There's a reason, he muttered. She leaned in, her lips just inches from his ear. Are you hiding more than alien tech under this blanket? His face flushed. You're insane, she giggled softly. Then her hand slid over the bed, slowly reaching for the blanket. He grabbed her wrist. They locked eyes. Don't, he said. Oh? She whispered. You don't want me to see what you're hiding? You won't understand. Try me. Her voice had lost its playfulness. Now it sounded curious, almost desperate. She leaned closer again. I've seen what alien males hide, she said, her eyes scanning his expression. They're predictable, boring. She paused. But you, human. She let the silence hang between them. You're always blushing, always breathing heavy when I tease you. I wonder, is it the device you're scared of being caught with? Or something else entirely? He said nothing. His grip loosened, and she pulled the blanket back. But instead of gasping, she blinked. What is this? She asked. It's not supposed to be here, he admitted. It's military grade, reverse engineered. It can access restricted alien tech systems your people don't want me near. She picked it up carefully. It's warm. Like you were just using it. I was. She gave him a sideways look. Were you using it on yourself? What? No, it's a data reader. She bit her lower lip, eyes glinting with amusement. Shame. That would have made a much better story to tell your captain. He groaned, rubbing his temples. Please leave. But she didn't move. Instead, she tilted the device. Noticed something blinking on the screen. Her expression changed. What is this file? She asked. Why is it labeled Project Eve? His blood ran cold. She looked up at him slowly. You accessed something ... big, didn't you? He stood, panicked now. You need to forget what you just saw. I can't, she whispered. She clutched the device to her chest. And then, The hallway lights outside flickered. A warning tone buzzed from her wristband. Someone's coming, she said. She grabbed his hand and pulled him behind the bed, crouching low. Their bodies pressed tightly together. What are you doing? He whispered. If they find me in here. She said, I'll be reassigned. Maybe even punished. Their breath mingled. Her chest rose and fell against his dot. She whispered, Stay quiet, or I'll have to do something to keep you busy. He froze. Outside, footsteps drew closer, then stopped. Right at the door. Her hand tightened on his arm. The door handle turned slowly, and she whispered in his ear, lips brushing the skin. Is this the first time you've been caught with a female in your room, human? Cliffhanger ends here. Comment question for viewers. What do you think she's going to do to keep him quiet? Asterisk, the door didn't open all the way. It cracked just an inch. Then stopped. A shadow paused outside, listening, inside. The room, the human and his alien maid stayed hidden behind the bed. Their bodies close, too close. Her breath was warm on his neck. His heart was pounding like it wanted to escape his chest. Don't move, she whispered. Her lips barely moved, but he felt the words on his skin. The shadow outside shifted. Then the door closed again, slow, quiet. Footsteps faded into the corridor. He exhaled. She didn't. Her hand was still on his chest. We're safe, he said quietly. Are we? She whispered back. Her voice didn't sound scared. It sounded like she was enjoying this. You can let go of me now, he muttered. She didn't. You're warm, she said. It's interesting. He raised an eyebrow. Interesting? Your body temperature is higher than ours. I've always wondered what it felt like. She traced a finger slowly along his collarbone. He shivered. I think you enjoy making things awkward, he said. She smiled, brushing back a lock of hair behind her pointed ear. Only when you blush, human. He stood up quickly and walked back to the bed, pulling the blanket over the exposed device. I don't know why. You're still here. She followed, casually sitting on the bed like it was hers. Because I saw something I shouldn't have, and now I'm curious. She leaned back on her elbows. Also, your room is kind of cozy. He didn't like the way she was looking at him, like he was part of a game. She reached toward the device again. He stopped her hand gently. That's dangerous. So am I, she whispered. You just haven't tested me yet. Their eyes locked. She didn't blink. You're playing with fire, he said. Is that what humans call it? She tilted her head. Because where I'm from, it's just called foreplay. He turned away, trying to hide the heat in his face. She laughed softly. You make this too easy. Maybe you should go, he said. Maybe you should make me, she replied, stretching her legs out on the bed. He stared at her. She stared back. A silence grew between them, thick and charged. Finally she said, tell me what Project Eve is. He hesitated. You're not ready to know. I decide what I'm ready for. No, you don't. If your people find out what I saw, what I downloaded, it's over. For both of us. She sat up straight. You downloaded something? He realized his mistake too late. Her eyes widened. She stood and walked to him slowly. Show me. No. She crossed her arms. I didn't come here just to watch you blush. She said, I came because I knew you were hiding something from me. And now you want what access to alien black files? I want to know what makes you so damn special that they're scared of you. He looked away. She moved closer. Or, she whispered, voice sultry, are you just scared I'll see the real you? I think you already have, he replied. She touched his arm, slowly, gently. No, not yet, but I want to. Suddenly, a red light blinked on the device. It beeped. Then a screen flashed. An alien woman's face. She looked familiar. Too familiar. The maid gasped. Wait. Is that? He grabbed the device and shut it off. Silence. Her eyes were still on the blank screen. You have footage Of her? She whispered. He nodded slowly. That's not just restricted. That's death sentence restricted. No. She stepped back. Confused, but fascinated. Why do you have it? He stared at her. Then said softly, she asked me to find the truth. Before she died. The room went silent. Her lips parted. She didn't speak, but her eyes were full of questions. And something else. Desire? Fear? She took a step forward, then another, until she was toe-to-toe with him. Her voice came out in a low whisper. If I agree to help you, will you show me everything? He didn't answer. She leaned even closer. So close their noses almost touched. So, tell me, human, do humans always keep secrets this close to their bed? Or is that just something you do with your maids? Comment question for viewers. Should he trust her? Or is she just trying to get under his sheets and into his secrets? She came closer. Too close. He could feel her breath on his chin. I want to see everything, she whispered again. He hesitated. Then he did something strange. He smiled. You're not going to leave this alone, are you? She grinned back, slow and playful. I've already seen your room. Your secret toy. Your face when you're flustered. She paused. Might as well see your files, too. He turned around and sat on the edge of the bed. The device was in his hand again, his thumb hovering over the control node. She sat beside him without asking. Is this the part, she asked softly, where you press a button and our whole species gets vaporized? He chuckled. No. This isn't a weapon. Her eyes narrowed. Then what is it? He tapped the device. The screen came to life. An alien woman's face appeared, older, regal, serious. Her skin had markings, royal ones. And her eyes, they looked just like his maid's. Her breath caught in her throat. That's my mother. He didn't say anything. She stared at the screen, frozen. Why do you have her recording? She came to Earth once, he said quietly. Secretly. No guards, no advisors, just her. Her voice broke. She died on a diplomatic trip. That's what they told us. He nodded. That's what they wanted you to believe. She blinked rapidly, stepping back from the device like it might bite her. Play the file, she said. Are you sure? I said. Play it. He pressed the symbol. The Queen's image blinked, then began to speak. Her voice was calm, serious, but rushed. If you are seeing this, my daughter, listen. You were never meant to serve as a maid. You were meant to rule, but your uncle, he betrayed the throne. He sent me away under the name of peace. And now I am hunted by my own people. The maid gasped. Her hands flew to her mouth. Tears welled in her eyes. The Queen continued. I left this message with the only species bold enough to uncover the truth. Humans, my hope is that one of them would deliver this to you. If they ever found you. The video cut off. Silence. She stood there, trembling. You knew this? She asked, voice shaky. This whole time? I didn't know it was you. He said honestly. I only found this weeks ago. I didn't even know she had a daughter still alive. She dropped to her knees in front of him. Her posture wasn't royal anymore. She looked small. Lost. He knelt beside her. I was just a child, she whispered. They told me she died in her sleep. They said I wasn't royal enough to inherit anything. He placed a hand on her shoulder, and for once, she didn't flirt. She just leaned into him. I've been cleaning rooms, scrubbing messes. And all this time I'm royalty, he finished. She looked up at him. Something had changed in her eyes. Less teasing, more fire. She stood suddenly. I need to leave. Wait. I need to know who else knows about this. He stood too. They'll track you the moment you step out that door. She paused. Then smirked. Then maybe I should stay under your protection. He crossed his arms. Oh, now you want protection? She stepped closer. Of course. I'm delicate, precious. She pressed a hand against his chest. Wouldn't want the last royal female of my bloodline to be unguarded in a male's quarters. He rolled his eyes, but she kept smiling. You do realize, he said, if we're caught together again, they'll assume the worst. She leaned in and whispered, then maybe we should give them something worth assuming. Just then, the device buzzed. A new file appeared. He frowned. That's not from me. She looked over his shoulder. A red sigil appeared on the screen. She froze. No, not them. He turned to her. Who? Her face had gone pale. She didn't blink. The ones who murdered my mother. They found us. The door beeped. Someone was outside. A voice mechanical deep. Open this door, now. She grabbed his wrist. Hide the device. Trust me. He slipped it under the bed. She pushed him against the wall. Wait, what are you? She leaned in. Pressed her lips just barely to his. The door opened. Guard stepped in, and there she was standing close to him, chest against his hands. Against the wall, her body blocking the view. One of the guards cleared his throat. What's going on in here? She didn't even look back. She just said, just disciplining a disobedient human. Do you want to watch? Comment question. For viewers, is she really trying to protect him? Or is she starting to enjoy disciplining this human a little too much? Asterisk, the guard shifted awkwardly at the doorway. His gaze locked on them, the human pinned to the wall. The alien maid pressed against his chest, her hand firmly on his shoulder, her hip resting a little too naturally against his thigh. Human's face was flushed genuinely, but the smirk on her lips? That was pure performance, or was it? The guard cleared his throat again. I asked, what is happening in here? She didn't even turn around. She just replied, smooth and slow, ... He disobeyed my cleaning protocols. He touched restricted items. I warned him once ... Her tone dropped a note. And now I'm making sure he won't forget again. The human opened his mouth to object. She pressed a single finger to his lips. He froze. Her eyes told him, play along, or we're both dead ... So he stayed quiet. The guard shifted again. I heard unauthorized data pulses from this room. She tilted her head, just enough to flash him a smile over her shoulder. Maybe it was me. I tend to get emotional when I discipline my humans. The second guard snorted. You're too soft with them. She turned all the way now, still standing close to the human. You're welcome to try disciplining him yourself, she said sweetly. But I warn you, he bites. The guards looked at each other. One of them finally grunted. Just make sure the room stays locked. Protocol is tight tonight. Movement restrictions have been upgraded. She nodded. He won't move an inch without my permission. The door closed behind them. Silence again, until she slowly turned to him and smiled. You're welcome. He exhaled, finally stepping away from the wall. You really committed to that act, he said. She raised an eyebrow. Act? He blinked. She just kept smiling. You pressed me against the wall. You looked tense. You said I bite. She shrugged. Do you? He groaned, pacing away. That could have gotten us both executed. She walked after him, her tone light. And yet, you're still alive. And now they think I'm just a naughty maid with a disobedient human. No one's going to question that. He turned to her. Why are you so good at this? She stopped. The teasing look on her face faded. For a long time, she said, I thought I had no worth. Just a forgotten girl, scrubbing floors in a foreign world. Her voice softened. But when you played that recording, I realized I've been lied to my whole life. She stepped forward again. I'm not just a maid. And you're not just some human caught with alien tech. He looked at her. Really looked. There was something new in her eyes, strength, fire, identity, and maybe something else. Then what are we? He asked. She leaned close, her voice a whisper. A problem. The device buzzed again. He grabbed it, checked. The screen. New message, encrypted. Alien code. She recognized it instantly. It's a contract order, she said. An execution warrant. He stared at her. For who? She looked at him. Then down at herself, then back at him, both of us. His jaw clenched. They're fast. She grabbed his wrist and dragged him toward the small storage panel in the wall. Where are we going? He asked. She opened the panel. Inside, a narrow shaft with blinking lights, maintenance crawl space. They won't scan for life signs in here. He hesitated. She looked over her shoulder, voice sharp now. Unless you prefer getting caught naked with your maid. I'm not naked, she smirked. Not yet. He climbed in behind her, the space tight. Too tight, every time she shifted. Her hips brushed against him. He tried not to react. She didn't try at all, you know, she said casually, crawling forward. For someone with secrets, your body gives away everything. Shut up. She laughed, quietly. Then froze. Her voice dropped. They've deployed scanners. She reached back suddenly. Her hand landed on his thigh. He tensed. They'll detect motion, she whispered. You need to stay absolutely still. I am. No, you're breathing too loud. Breathing is necessary. Then maybe I should distract you. He felt her hand slide up just an inch more. His voice cracked slightly. What kind of distraction? She whispered back. The kind that makes you forget you're one breath away from death. Comment. Question for viewers, should he let her distract him? Or try to keep it professional while inches from danger? The crawl space was small. Too small. Her body was pressed so tightly against him. He could feel the curve of her back with every breath she took. The walls around them hummed with scanner waves, silent, deadly. If either of them moved too much, the system would catch the motion, and they'd both be turned into ashes. Still her hand remained on his thigh. He whispered, You really call this a distraction? Her voice came just above a breath. I call it survival with benefits. He didn't know whether to laugh or panic. She shifted slightly, her body brushing down his. He sucked in a breath. Stop squirming, she whispered. You're the one grinding against me. She smiled in the dark. I didn't say I wanted you to stop me. He was sweating now, but not from fear. I thought you were a royal heir, he muttered. I am, she said. And in my culture, we test loyalty in many ways. She twisted her head slightly to glance at him. This is just one of them. He narrowed his eyes. And what am I being tested for? She leaned back, her lips close to his ear. 2. See if you can keep your mind focused, even when your body is under pressure. He didn't answer, because her fingers had started moving. Again. Exploring slowly, pausing right before they crossed the line, teasing, testing, controlling the tension. He whispered, You're not scared of the scanner? She smiled. Darling. She purred. The scanner should be scared of me. Then she suddenly stopped. Her eyes turned sharp. She grabbed his arm tightly. What? He whispered. She pointed upward. Through the thin crawlspace vent footsteps. Heavy, armored. Voices, muffled. Then one word came through clearly. Purge. His heart dropped. They weren't just scanning anymore. They were prepping to clear the entire wing. They're going to vent this section, she whispered. Make it look like an airlock malfunction. He stared at her. That's murder. It's politics. She pulled herself forward quickly. Follow me, quietly. They crawled through twisting pipes and low metal gaps. Lights flickered above them. The station was shifting, moving into alert mode. You know, he said breathlessly as they squeezed through a narrow turn, I imagined bonding with an alien female would involve dinner first. She laughed softly. You got a ventilation shaft. You're welcome. Suddenly, she stopped. Dead still. He almost bumped into her. What is it? He whispered. She said nothing. Just pointed. There. At the end of the crawl space. A small chamber. round, old, forgotten dot, and in the center, pod dot, not just any pod dot, a royal beacon pod. She stared at it like she was seeing a ghost. I thought they destroyed these, she whispered. What is it? It's a memory vault. My mother must have hidden it here. She crawled forward and touched the edge. The pod pulsed softly. Blue, then red dot, then opened. A slow hiss. Inside, a glowing cube dot. She picked it up with shaking hands. It's encrypted, she said. I need something to link it with. He reached into his jacket. Pulled out the same illegal device from earlier dot. She blinked. You really don't know when to stop risking your life, do you? He smiled. I've got a thing for royal troublemakers. She inserted the cube. A hologram lit the small chamber. Her mother again, but younger, wounded, desperate. They'll come for her, the Queen's voice said. If she's alive, hide her, protect her, and trust no one. Especially not the Council, especially not her uncle. The hologram glitched, and then showed one last thing, a crest, golden, sharp, marked with blood dot. She gasped. That crest. That's the mark of an assassin. It means they already tried to kill her once. He looked at her. They'll come again. She nodded slowly, then looked at him, not with fear, but fire. Then we won't run, she said. He blinked. You're already part of this, human, she whispered, stepping close. You've touched the secret. You've touched the weapon. You've touched me. Her fingers slid up his chest, and now they'll never let you go. He hesitated. Are you using me? She smiled. Yes. Pause, but not just for your tech. She leaned closer. I like how you taste under pressure. Before he could react, the pod beeped. Warning lights turned red. Unauthorized access detected. Purge sequence initiated. She turned to him. No more crawling. He nodded. Then what? Her lips curved into a smirk. We fight. Comment question for viewers. Would you trust an alien who touches your secrets and your skin in the same breath? Asterisk. The purge countdown started blinking. 30 seconds. Red lights pulsed across the old pod chamber, flashing warnings like a heartbeat. Fast. Then faster. He turned to her. We need a way out. She was already typing into the device. I can reroute the signal. Make them think we've moved. Can you? She didn't answer because her hands were shaking. I've never done this before, she whispered. But if I don't try, we die. He moved closer, placed his hand gently over hers. Then we try together. She looked up, surprised. You trust me now? He smiled. Just a little. Not really. He leaned closer. But your lips tasted like rebellion. Her cheeks flushed green. You humans are dangerous, she murmured. And you aliens don't knock. They both smirked then. Got to work. The device hummed. Her fingers flew. 20 seconds. The system tried to lock her out. She pushed harder. He's rewriting the purge code, she said, trying to override me. Your uncle? Who else would want me dead and humiliated in the same breath? She slammed her fist into the control pad. The lights flickered, froze, then turned green. Redirected. Containment wing B7. Target updated. She let out a shaky breath. He bought it, for now. The walls stopped shaking. The air returned to normal. No. More sirens. Silence. Then. A slow, dangerous smile crept onto her lips. I think I just committed treason. He shrugged. Welcome to the club. They sat back on the floor, shoulders touching, for a moment. Everything was quiet. No guards. No scanners. No orders. Just two people, alien and human, sitting next to a memory pod holding the last words of a murdered queen. She looked over at him. You never told me your name. He blinked. I didn't. She shook her head. Probably because I always just called you human. He smirked. I kinda liked it. Well, I can't keep calling my partner in crime laundry boy. He turned to her. It's Cade. She smiled softly. Cade. He looked at her. "What about you?" She hesitated, then said, "My real name is Zaira." Cade repeated it under his breath. Zaira. It sounded strong, royal, deadly. Just like her. She tilted her head. Watching him, "You really risked everything just to hold on to that message." He nodded, "Because the truth matters, even if it kills you." He looked her in the eye, especially then. She stared at him. No flirtation this time, no smirk, just quiet. "Real. I was raised in silence," she whispered. "No voice, no throne, no identity. I was told I was nothing." She paused. "But tonight, I touched the truth, and I'm not letting it go." She reached out, grabbed his hand, and didn't let go. "You're not just a maid anymore," he said quietly, "and you're not just a human with a death wish." Their eyes locked. Tension built again, but this time it wasn't fear. It was something. Raw. Charged. Double quotes. Zaira. She moved closer. The lights around them dimmed, like the chamber itself wanted them to stay in that moment. "I want to do something reckless," she said. "More reckless than stealing royal secrets?" She nodded, then whispered, "I want to kiss you again, but this time without a guard watching." He leaned in, and just as their lips met, a loud clang echoed through the crawlspace. Above, they froze. Cade reached for the device. It was glowing red again. "Someone's inside the security network," he said. Zaira cursed under her breath. "They're tracking us through the system logs." "We didn't erase the access point." Cade stood. "We need to move again." She stood with him, fast, fierce. "Cade." He turned. She handed him a small disc. "What's this?" "My mother's last command sequence. If I die, this goes public. It will destroy my uncle." He held it tight. "I'd rather keep you alive." Zaira leaned in one last time, her forehead resting against his. "I'd rather you keep me close." But before he could answer, a robotic voice echoed through the metal above. "Cab of Zaira. Your location is confirmed. Prepare for extraction." She pulled back, eyes burning. "We're done hiding." He nodded once, then said the words she didn't expect. "Then let's make them afraid of the maid and the man she chose." Comment question for viewers. Is this love? Or war? Or something dangerously in between? Smoke rose from the vents. Alarms blared and the distance muted. But getting closer, Zaira and Cade sprinted through the lower corridors of the station. Side by side, feet pounding over metal grates. No longer hiding. No more pretending. They were hunted now. Marked, together. But something had changed. She wasn't just a maid with secrets. He wasn't just a man with stolen files. Now, she was a royal flame with a purpose. And he was the one who lit it, left. She shouted, skidding around a corner. Cade followed, breath sharp, heart pounding. "Tell me there's a plan." She flashed a wild grin. "There is." He raised an eyebrow. "And?" "I make the loudest entrance of my life." They reached a sealed chamber door. She pressed her palm to the panel. The system beeped. Denied. Cade reached for his device. "Let me." Before he could finish, she kicked the panel. The door groaned. Then opened. He stared at her. She smirked. Royal override. They stepped into a massive control room central chamber of the station. Above them, a glass dome showing stars, moons, and the soft swirling light of the sector's atmosphere. Below them, rows of consoles, and one glowing platform in the center. Cade stepped forward slowly. "What is this?" Zaira answered without looking. "The throne." He blinked. "You mean?" "My mother's hidden protocol. The station was hers. She built it in secret, prepared it for war, and for her heir." She turned to him. "I wasn't supposed to serve tea. I was meant to command fleets." Cade stared at the platform. Then at her. "You're not scared?" She laughed short, bold. "I was born scared. Now I'm finally awake." Suddenly, the lights went red. The doors slammed shut. A hologram appeared overhead, sharp, cruel, and cold. It was her uncle. Gray-skinned, eyes like daggers. So, the voice boomed. The little maid found her crown. Zaira stepped onto the platform. She didn't flinch. Double quotes. Hello, uncle. You should have died with your mother, he hissed. She smiled. You tried. I got the message, he sneered. You think the humans will follow you? They're pathetic, weak. She turned to Cade. Then reached for his hand. I don't need every human, she said. Just the one who never ran. Cade squeezed her fingers. The station HUMMED. The platform lit up. Power surged through the floor. And the crown interface formed in midair. A swirling band of ancient code. Waiting for a voice, Zaira spoke. System. Recognize heir of Queen Ava Zaira. Mektal. The lights flared. Voiceprint confirmed. Royal authority restored. The station shook. Doors unlocked. Weapons systems came online. Her uncle screamed in rage. This changes nothing. Zaira tilted her head. You're right. She turned to Cade. Ready to change everything? He nodded. She gave the final command. Broadcast the truth to every channel, every species, every world. The memory cube inserted. And her mother's last words echoed across the galaxy. If you find this, she lives, and she is not your servant. She is your queen. Zaira stood tall as the stars turned toward her. Cade stood at her side. Human, flawed, fierce, and entirely hers. The chamber quieted. She turned to him, voice low. You could leave now. Walk away, you've done more than enough. He stepped closer, eyes steady. I didn't fall for a queen. He paused, then grinned. I fell for a woman who broke into my room, teased the hell out of me, and made my life chaos. She laughed, soft, beautiful, careful, she whispered, leaning close. I might make you my royal bedwarmer. He smirked. I thought I already was. She pulled him in. Their lips met, this time with no guards, no lies, no fear, just fire, and the stars watched. Silently. Until a soft ding interrupted the kiss. He pulled back, looked at the screen. His face dropped. You, Zaira? Yes? You're trending on 32 alien networks. She blinked. Wait, what picture did they use? He turned the screen so she could see. Her eyes widened. It was from the crawl space, where her hand was somewhere very questionable. She gasped. They think I seduced you into helping me, he shrugged. Didn't you? Pause. She grinned slowly. Maybe. Final comment question for viewers. Would you follow a queen who teased her way to power? Or would you rather be the human she never saw coming?